Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Good? Alrighty. So welcome back to our new week of second step classes. And today I invited some of my old friends back. Let's see who they are. Who are they, guys? This is Mr. Puppy, right? And this is Mr. Snail. Yes, alrighty. Before I get started for today, guys, I wonder who remember what we talked about last week. We talked about counting our fingers, our hands, right? And why do we count? It's because we need to learn how to be patient and waiting nicely, right? Alrighty. So let's get started for today and see what Mr. Puppy and Mr. Snail has to say. I had it first. You play with the shakers. But I want to play with the drum. Oh, is there a problem, guys? There's only one drum and we both want to play with it. He can play with the shakers. Oh, it seems like both of you want to play with the drum, but only one person can play it at a time. Alrighty, guys, let's try to find a fair way to play together. Alrighty, guys, I wonder if you have any ideas to suggest Mr. Puppy and Mr. Snail how to play fairly. Oh, I see some of you guys raise up your hand. If you raise up your hand, can you hit the little button and unmute yourself to answer the question, my friend? Good job, Makai. What is it? What kind of suggestions do you have for Mr. Puppy and Mr. Snail? What can they do? Oh, counting? Counting to wait? Maybe waiting for their turn? Is that what you're trying to say, my friend? Good job. Any other ideas? Who thinks sharing might be a good idea too? Oh, I see another kid raise up her hand. Go ahead, Ari. Can you unmute yourself? Go ahead, Ari. Raise your hand to let your partner know that you want to play. That's a great idea too. Yes. Alrighty, so they could take turns to play with the drum. Like him playing with it first and then him playing with it second, right? Taking turns means that one person plays it for a little while and then the other person gets to play it for a little while too. So we'd both get to play with the drum that way. I could play with the shakers while you are playing with a drum. What a great idea, guys. You know what? Trading is another fair way to play. When Mr. Snail and Mr. Puppy switch their musical instruments, they are trading. And when you trade, both of you still get to play the musical instruments at the same time, even though it means they are different instruments. Okay, so why don't you play with the drum first, Puppy, and then we'll trade and I'll get a turn playing with the drum. Okay, that sounds fair. Let's go. Alrighty, guys, I hope you enjoyed today our puppet show. I wonder, what did you learn from this puppet show? When Mr. Puppy and Mr. Snail both want to play with the same thing at the same time, what can they do? What is it when one person plays it with a little bit and then the other person plays with a little bit? What is it called? Mackenzie? Take turns. Good job, my friend. Alrighty. What's the other one? When Mr. Puppy plays with the shaker and Mr. Snail play with the drum and then they exchange. What is it called? Mackenzie, go ahead. Or Ari, you can go too. It is called trading, right? Alrighty, good job everyone. Thanks for paying attention. Now, let's move on to our sing-a-song time. Let's try to focus and see what this song is trying to tell us about.
Play together, trade, take turns. These are three fair ways to play.
Play together with the toys.
Trading toys is when we switch.
Taking turns to use it first. Then I get to use it next.
Play together, trade, take turns. These are three fair ways to play. Hey!
Play together, trade, take turns. These are three fair ways to play.
Play together with the toys.
Trading toys is when we switch.
Taking turns, you use it first.
Then I get to use it next.
Play together, trade, take turns. These are three fair ways to play.
Alrighty, good job. Thanks for listening, guys. What did you learn from the song? What did the song suggest us to do? Sharing, playing together, right? Good job, my friend. Anything else? Something Mr. Puppy and Mr. Snail just did, right? What were they? Go ahead, Mackenzie. Thanks for using your quiet hand. Trading, waiting for your turn, right? Taking turns. Good job, everyone. And now let's bring the skill we just learned to our story time. Guys, what do you see in the picture? A girl and a boy. And where do you think they are right now? In the kitchen? Any other ideas, guys? Seems like it's a play corner, right? They have a lot of toys over here. You're right about the kitchen part. Seems like there's a register, right? Alrighty, so here are Tim and Kara. Both of the children want to play store. And both of them want to play with the toy cash register. So guys, let's think about it. What can Kara and Tim do right now? How many kids are over here, guys? 2. How many cash register do we have over here? Only 1, right? So what can they do, guys? Sharing, right? By playing together. Good job, my friend. Anything else? Maybe Kara can play it for a little bit and then Tim can play with a little bit. What is it called, guys? Sharing. What's the other phrase for it? Taking turns. Good job, everyone. And what about Kara can play with the drum in the back for a little bit? And then one team is playing with the register. And then they exchange. And Tim goes play with the drum. Kara gets to play with the register. What is it called, guys? When you exchange it? Remember what is it called? Trade. Good job, everyone. And if you had the same idea that they can either trade or take turns or play together, can you please touch your elbow for me? Good job, everyone. Alrighty. Next question. Is it fair for Kara to keep Tim from playing with the cash register? Yes or no? No, right? I see a lot of you guys shaking your head. Exactly. How do you think Tim might feel if Kara kept the team away from playing with the cash register? What would you feel if someone keeps you away from playing with it? Sad? Yes, very sad, right? And maybe a little bit mad or angry too, right? Yes, good job everyone, because the toys belong to the school and every kid should get a chance to play with them, right? So Tim asks Kara if he can join in. We can play together with the cash register, Tim says. Playing together with something is a fair way to play. Kara likes the idea and she has fun playing store with Tim and playing together with the cash register. Alrighty, so here we have a little poster to remind us what are the 3 ways to play fairly. So guys, let's take a look at the picture, guys. What do you think they're doing? They are sharing, they're playing together very nicely, right? Good job. What about this picture? What do you think they're doing? Seems like they're exchanging something, right? They have different toys, but they are ready to give their toys to each other. What is it called? Sharing, trading, right? Because you're exchanging something for something else. It is called trading. What about this one, guys? What do you think they're doing? Seems like they're all playing with their own stuff, right? Remember when Mr. Puppy played it for a little bit? And then Mr. Snail played it for a little bit. What is it called? Taking turns. Good job, everyone. And now let's move on to our next game. So this game, I need at least 2 volunteers. So whoever wants to be my volunteer, can you please raise up your hand? Okay, Mackenzie. I see Mackenzie. Anyone else? Okay, then I can be my own volunteer too. Me and Mackenzie, okay? So now we're gonna learn what to say when we want to play fairly. So Mackenzie and I both want to play with Mr. Puppy, okay? Okay, and now Mackenzie wants to trade to play with Mr. Puppy with her Mr. Snail. What can she say? I'm gonna give everyone 2 options, okay? Option A, let's trade. Option B, option 2, will you trade your toy with this one? Guys, which one would we pick? The first one or the second one? The first one, let's trade. What was the last one? Will you trade this toy for that one? Which one sounds a little nicer, guys? Option B. Yes, good job, everyone. And now we're gonna talk about taking turns, okay? So Mackenzie is gonna play with Puppy for a little bit, and then I'll play with Puppy a little bit. And now I wonder if everyone can help me to decide what to say to Mackenzie, okay? Option A, it is my turn to play with Mr. Puppy. Option B, may I have a turn with the toy, please? Which one sounds a little bit more respectful and you will be more than willing to give Mr. Puppy to me? Option A or B? Option B. Yes, good job, everyone. Alrighty, this is what we can do, right? Will you trade this toy for that one? May I have a turn with that toy, please? Because we're using a very respectful voice when we ask our partner, we have higher chances to play with the toy as well. Okay? Alrighty, any questions, guys, before we wrap up? Okay, let's review one last time about how to play fairly. We can share, that means we are playing together. We can exchange what we have to something we don't have, and it is called trade. Good job. And then the last one, we can play with our own stuff and then play with something else. And we can wait. Remember the counting we learned last time? We can simply just wait for your friend to finish their turn, and then we can have our own turn to play with it. Alrighty, everyone did a good job for listening and paying attention to today's topic. And parents, if you happen to be by your kid's side, whenever there are like conflicts about toys, fighting between the siblings, you can simply give them a reminder to practice what we learned today. And other than that, everyone did a great job today. Have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next week for our second step classes.